I have a first period bet. I have a total, and I have 3 -1s. So check out the entire show. Hit the link at the bottom of the page. It's available exclusively on odds.com. My final game on the card, 8 p.m. Eastern, Colorado Avalanche. I'm betting them on the -1 line. I'm getting a +106. Money line -150. Puck line +165. They're 5-3-0, 2-2-0 away. And Minnesota Wild 5-3-0, 2-2-0 at home. We're at the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. Let's pull up the market here. We have a total at 5.5, slightly juiced to the over, slightly. And from a money line perspective, we have the Avalanche opening up at -135. They're between -145 and -155. I got them at -150. Philip Grubauer will be in goal. Pavel Francouz is still hurt. Grubauer 5-2-0, 1.86 goals against average, 928 save percentage, 2 shutouts, playing well. These two as a goaltending tandem are very strong. And they took the Dallas Stars till overtime of the 7th game of the conference, or I guess to get into the conference final, with their 2 starting goalies hurt, with their 3rd string and 4th string in there. Kaapo Kähkönen has been good for the Wild. 3-2-0, 2.39 goals against average, 917 save percentage. Avalanche special teams are incredible. And it's because they've got this young defense that's going to be phenomenal. In 2 years, this young defense aren't going to be getting huge contracts yet, and they're going to be easily the best in the league. In 5 years, their top 3 defensemen, in Cale Makar, Samuel Girard, and Bowen Byram, are going to be so good that they won't be able to keep them. They'll have to get one of them will have to go. Wild power play 5.9%. I mean, it won't be that awful all year, but get used to that. They're penalty killing 86.7%. Dean Evason's a good coach, and they have a really strong defense in Minnesota. So get used to a strong penalty kill here. With their penalty kill, both units' penalty kill so strong, it would lead you to think that the under would be in play. You have to think that the Wild are going to come at this in a very conservative fashion. And I can get a -105 on that under 5.5. I'm very leery of unders in Avalanche games, but they just cashed one against the Sharks. The under, I really think the under is in play. The more I talk about it, the more it interests me. And I'm going to add it to my card. Under 5.5 at -105. That's a addition here right now with you guys. I have yet to bet that. Let's talk about the Avs. We got a glimpse at how good this hockey team was in their last 2 games against the Sharks. They finished this 2-game set at home by outscoring the Sharks 10-3. I know the Sharks aren't a very good hockey team, but 7-3 and 3-0. Sharks got beaten up by this Avalanche squad. They moved Landeskog back with McKinnon and Rantanen. I like the move. These guys know where each other are on the ice. Only the perfection line in Boston can compare to this spectacular line. They moved Burakovsky back to the second line with Sayed and Kadri. I like that move too. It's a great second line. I love the third line, Nishushkin, Comfer, and Donskoy. I think it's a very strong third line. And what more can I say about this defense? Like, what more can I say about Cale Makar that I haven't already said? He's spectacular. I get giddy when I talk about him. This guy's going to win Stanley Cups. He's going to hold the Stanley Cup over his head. He's going to win Norris trophies. He's that special of a defenseman. And then you have the second unit with Bowen Byram, the 4th overall pick in 2019 from my hometown Vancouver Giants. And you have him playing with Samuel Girard, a second-round pick. Got to be 2016. I think it's 2016 second-round pick. But Girard is so skilled. He's such a special defender. You have a 19-year-old in Byram and a 22-year-old in Girard, and they are so talented. Cale Makar, I mean, this is a very young defense that is going to be by far the best defense in the league next year. I mean, in 2 years, I can't imagine how good this defense is going to be. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare will be out for an undetermined period with a lower body injury. He was centering that 4th line with Tyson Jost and Kiefer Sherwood. He was also killing penalties. Sherwood has replaced Matt Calvert, who's missed the past 2 games with an upper body injury. He's out indefinitely. But this team is deep as the ocean, baby. They can handle these 2 losses on their the bottom 6 forwards, no problem. Wild snapped their 2-game losing streak with a 5-3 win at home over the Kings. They went 2-2 at home against bottom feeders LA and San Jose. This team needs a healthy Matt Zuccarello. They need that offensive spark, those soft hands. I really thought that this was almost a perfect fit for Zuccarello, although his points would be down over here compared to the great players he was playing with over in New York. But this was a team that badly needed his offensive skill set, and they haven't been able to get it because of injuries. Their center with the highest Corsi rating on the Wild is Nick Bonino. He centers the 4th line. He was centering the 2nd line, but they moved him to the 4th line. He's rated as the 95th. Oh, no, he's 88th. Nick Bjugstad, their first-line centerman, is rated as the 95th best center iceman in the NHL. And I remember him with Florida. I mean, this guy, he's 6'6". I had high hopes for Bjugstad, and he couldn't excel with playing with the likes of Huberdeau and Hoffman. I guess Hoffman wasn't there, only there for, that beginning of the year before he was traded. So I guess that Hoffman doesn't work. But he was playing with Huberdeau. He had great wingers, and he was unable to succeed with them. Their 2nd-line center, Joel Eriksson Ek, is the 100th best center in the NHL. You are not going to win if you're not strong up the middle. And they are not strong up the middle. Their defense is strong, though. Jared Spurgeon, underrated. He makes a nice pairing with Ryan Suter. I love the 2nd unit, Brodin and Dumba. There will be times I back this team as a dog. This is not one of them. There we go. Avalanche at Wild. I'm on the Avalanche -1 at +106. I'm on the under 5.5 at -105.